The Enchanted Mile, Legends in the Making, read to you by Bella and AI Voice, written by Ryan Krawchuk, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Nestled between the realm of reality and whispers of magic lay Wonderhaven. This quaint town shimmered with enchantment. Houses had rooftops of radiant hues, streets were paved with gold and silver dust, and the enchanting forest bordering the town whispered tales from yesteryears. Central to Wonderhaven was a majestic oak tree, Oliver the owl's home, observing life's melodious rhythm. Today, an excited buzz vibrated through the air. Bella, the ever-energetic bunny, proposed a grand race. While the town geared up, Bella's enthusiasm was palpable. She bounced from one end of the town to the other, checking the tracks, hopping over to Sammy to discuss arrangements, and then darting to Oliver's tree to brainstorm ideas. Her hyperactivity made her a whirlwind of motion. While Bella hopped around, Oliver carefully flipped open a thick, ancient-looking book. The worn-out pages of the tome had illustrations that twinkled like stars. Bella, Sammy, and others patiently waited as Oliver prepared to read. You see, Oliver had dyslexia, which meant that sometimes reading could be a challenge. Letters seemed to dance and jumble before his eyes, and he often took a bit longer to process the written words. However, his friends never minded. They appreciated the wisdom and tales he shared, and a few extra moments of waiting only heightened the anticipation. Sammy, adjusting his tail, and with one eye on a neatly arranged set of berries and nuts he'd prepared earlier, said reassuringly,
"Take your time, Ollie, we're in no rush. By the way, does anyone want a berry? They're perfectly ripe."
It was a classic Sammy move. His obsession with food and its intricate details was just a part of who he was. It wasn't just about the act of eating. He had a penchant for organizing, arranging, and even categorizing every morsel. His friends sometimes teased that it was his own version of OCD, obsessive culinary delight. Oliver chuckled softly.
"Maybe after the story, Sammy. But thank you."
He nodded, thankful for the understanding.
"Thank you, Sammy. Sometimes the words like to play tricks on me."
Taking a deep breath, he began reading with measured patience, tracing the lines with his talon to keep his place.
"You know,"
Oliver began, interpreting the jumbled letters into a coherent tale.
"this isn't the first race in Wonderhaven's history. Long ago, during the Age of Enchantment, there was a legendary race known as the Luminary Dash. It was said to be held during the darkest of nights, and participants would race from the heart of Wonderhaven to the peak of Moonlit Mountain. The only illumination was provided by mystical fireflies, believed to be descendants of fallen stars. They would guide racers through treacherous paths and dense forests, creating a trail of soft glowing light. The victor wasn't just the fastest, but the one who raced with the purest of intentions, for it was said that the fireflies gravitated towards genuine hearts."
His words had a certain rhythm, a musicality that was uniquely Oliver's. His experiences with dyslexia had allowed him to develop this narrative style, where he intertwined his own words with the ones written, ensuring that the essence of the tale remained intact. Willa, watching Bella's energetic dashes, suggested,
"Bella, remember the deep breathing exercises we practiced? It might help you focus your energy."
Sammy, ever the food enthusiast, chimed in.
"And remember to fuel up with some good food. A berry or two can do wonders for stamina."
Nodding, Bella took a deep breath, held it, and slowly released it.
"Thanks, Willa. I sometimes forget to channel my energy."
Sammy, adjusting his pouch, said,
"We need checkpoints, water for racers, and yes, energy nuts."
He tossed one to Bella, who caught it mid-hop. The starting line was a spectacle. Bella stretched her legs, ready for the challenge ahead. Beside her, Percy the porcupine was cautiously ensuring his quills wouldn't poke anyone. Tara the tortoise took deep breaths, dispelling the myth that all tortoises are slow. Finn the fox gave Bella a friendly wink, a silent declaration of their playful rivalry. Bella's heart raced, a whirlwind of excitement and nervous anticipation. Amidst the bustling preparations, she paused to acknowledge her feelings, both eager to be part of this grand event and anxious about how it might unfold. Then there was Gary the gecko. He wasn't using his back legs, a result of his spina bifida. However, his disability didn't deter his spirit or determination. Mounted on a dazzling, enchanted skateboard that hovered above the ground, he was a testament to Wonderhaven's belief that everyone had their unique strengths. Bella thought to herself,
Am I truly prepared? What if I stumble? No, I must remember why I started this race. It's about the journey, the fun, and the magic of Wonderhaven.
As the race started, Finn surged ahead. Bella, with her boundless energy, hopped, skipped, and sometimes even bounced off trees for shortcuts. In the midst of her exhilarating bounces, Bella felt a fleeting sensation of doubt. Were her hops too erratic? Did she make the right decision in organizing the race? But each time these thoughts emerged, the cheers of the crowd and the playful challenges set by Willa rekindled her confidence. Every time she felt scattered, she'd pause, breathe deeply, and realign. Sammy had set up water stations and checkpoints throughout the race route. While the race progressed, he constantly checked in on these points, ensuring supplies were adequate. With his trusty pouch of nuts, he also became an impromptu cheerleader. Every time a racer passed him, he would offer words of encouragement and a nut for an energy boost, especially to those who looked like they needed it the most. Willa, with her racing ideas, had volunteered to be the race marshal. She stood at critical junctions with vibrant flags to guide racers, ensuring they took the correct path. Her hyperactive friend Bella had inspired her to devise some fun challenges on the route. At some points, she held up colored flags, and racers would have to perform a little fun task, like hopping 3 times or spinning around before proceeding. It was her way to add an element of surprise and fun to the race. With the race underway, Oliver spread his wings and soared overhead. Using his sharp owl vision to track the racer's every move, he began to offer a live aerial commentary. His voice, magically amplified, echoed throughout the town, ensuring that even those who couldn't directly see the race were a part of the excitement. With each hop and skip, memories of past races flood back, reminding Bella of both victories and stumbles. But with every bounce, she realizes it's not about winning, but about cherishing every leap. As the race commenced, Oliver soared overhead, taking a vantage point in the sky. With excitement in his voice, he began narrating the events below, turning the race into a lively spectacle for all.
Here comes Bella, bouncing with all her might through whispering woods.
He'd exclaim.
Oh, and Gary has just performed an incredible flip on his magical skateboard over Moonlit Creek.
The combination of Oliver's live commentary, Sammy's organization, and Willa's fun challenges made the race an immersive experience for everyone in Wonderhaven. Gary's skateboard glided smoothly. Percy moved carefully, while Tara showcased unexpected speed. The enchanted forest track, reminiscent of the luminary dash, was beautifully illuminated by fireflies. Bella's bounces resonated with the forest's rhythm, and whenever she felt too scattered, she'd touch the earth to ground herself. The earth beneath her feet felt cool and reassuring. In those moments of connection, she was reminded of her purpose and the joy racing brought her. It was a balm to her fleeting insecurities, a gentle reminder that she was on the right path. Approaching the final stretch, Bella found herself competing not just with Dana, but also with Finn and the surprisingly quick Tara. Gary delighted spectators with aerial skateboard tricks before speeding towards the finish line. In the end, Dana won by a whisker. Though Bella hadn't clinched the first position, a warm sense of accomplishment enveloped her. She realized that the joy wasn't just in winning, but in the shared experiences, the challenges faced, and the memories made. Yet the cheers that erupted were not just for her. They were for every racer, especially Gary, who had shown that with determination and a bit of Wonderhaven magic, any challenge could be overcome. As the racers began to gather at the finish line, a heartwarming scene unfolded. Despite the competition, there was no animosity. Finn rushed over to Bella, helping her up after a particularly energetic bounce. Gary, his skateboard shimmering with residual enchantment, approached Percy to commend him on how he navigated the race without harming anyone with his quills. Tara, with her characteristic calmness, shared a leafy treat with Sammy, laughing over the squirrel's cheerleading antics. In a corner, a group of young Wonderhaven residents looked in awe at the racers. They whispered animatedly among themselves, clearly inspired by what they had witnessed. Their sparkling eyes and giggles indicated future races, even more magical and enthusiastic, fueled by the tales of this one. There was Dana, holding her winner's laurel with grace, but ensuring that every participant felt celebrated.
It's not just about reaching the finish line first,
She addressed the young ones.
but about cherishing every leap, every glide, and every moment with friends.
While Bella celebrated with her friends, a profound realization settled within her. The race, in all its twists and turns, was much like life. There were highs and lows, moments of doubt and exhilaration, but through it all, the unwavering support of friends and the love of Wonderhaven's residents was her guiding light. As the sun began its descent, casting a golden hue over Wonderhaven, tables adorned with a variety of delectable dishes started appearing in the town square. A sumptuous communal feast was being prepared in honor of all the racers. Oliver, using his wings adeptly, spread out large tablecloths, while a group of residents brought forth dishes shimmering with enchantment. There were glowing berry pies, floating sandwiches, and sparkling drinks that bubbled with laughter. Every dish seemed to tell its own magical story. Racers, townsfolk, and even some of the forest creatures came together, sharing stories, laughter, and food. As they ate, anecdotes of the race and past adventures filled the air. Bella, in between bites, demonstrated her favorite bounces, while Gary showed off some skateboard tricks. Every bite, every shared laugh made Bella feel more connected to Wonderhaven and its inhabitants. There was a deep-seated satisfaction, not just from the race, but from the collective celebration, the unity. She felt seen, understood, and immensely grateful. The communal meal wasn't just about the food. It was a moment of unity, where every member of Wonderhaven celebrated the spirit of togetherness. It embodied the town's belief that journeys shared were memories cherished forever. As the communal meal went on, Bella hopped over to join her close friends, Oliver, Sammy, Willa, and Gary. They all gathered around a cozy spot near the edge of the town square. With a plate of sparkling carrot cake in front of her, she shared her reflections from the race.
You know,
Bella began, taking a bite.
today was more than just a race for me. Every bounce and hop reminded me of the importance of grounding. Each time I felt overwhelmed, I remembered to breathe and touch the earth. It made all the difference.
Gary, gliding over on his skateboard, responded,
We noticed, Bella. You've come a long way. Not just in the race, but in understanding yourself.
Willa, nodding, added,
Your energy is incredible, and while it's your strength, channeling it is equally crucial. We all have our ways to cope and adapt, and I'm glad you found yours.
Bella looked around at her friends, her eyes glistening.
Apart from the grounding, I've been journaling my feelings. On days I feel scattered, writing helps me make sense of everything. And of course, having friends like you who accept me, quirks and all, makes everything so much better.
Oliver, ruffling his feathers, said,
Every one of us has our unique qualities. Yours just happens to be boundless energy, and we wouldn't have you any other way.
Willa's enthusiasm couldn't be contained any longer. While watching children splash water from a nearby enchanted fountain, she said,
You know, we could organize a magical swimming race next. Picture it. Racers gliding through the water, with mermaid tails or wings, racing past floating water lilies and interacting with enchanted marine creatures.
She then pointed at a group of town's elderly engaged in a board game, her eyes sparkling with yet another idea.
Or how about a puzzle-solving race? Participants could follow clues, solve riddles, and embark on a treasure hunt all over Wonderhaven. The entire town could be filled with mysteries waiting to be unraveled.
Sammy, chuckling at her endless stream of ideas, ensured everyone got their refreshments, handing out cups of shimmering juice and plates of twinkling treats. Meanwhile, Oliver, perched on a high branch and surrounded by an eager audience, recounted tales of other legendary races, ensuring that the legacy of Wonderhaven's events lived on in the hearts and minds of all present. Surrounded by the enchanting lights of Wonderhaven, Bella felt a warmth enveloping her heart. The journey, the memories, the shared laughter. It was all worth it. At this moment, all her doubts, anxieties, and fears melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of belonging and gratitude. Sammy, always the cheerful one, handed Bella another energy nut. He toasted,
For all the races to come.
Bella laughed, accepting the nut.
To races, friends, and the magic of Wonderhaven.
She replied, her heart full. The night deepened, but the lights of Wonderhaven, the shared stories, and the warmth of camaraderie made it feel like the sun never set. The end.